The cold wind howled across the North Atlantic, whipping against the sturdy wooden hulls of Viking longships. Their dragon-headed prows cut through the waves, carrying warriors, traders, and adventurers toward a land that few had ever seen. It was the late 10th century, and the world knew little of what lay beyond the western seas. But the Vikings, bold, relentless, and ever hungry for new lands, were not content to stay within the fjords of Scandinavia. One man, Leif Erikson, would carve his name into history by setting foot on the shores of North America, nearly 500 years before Columbus. The tale of Viking exploration did not begin with Leif, but with a storm and a mistake. Around the year 985 AD, a Viking merchant named Bjarni Herjolfsson set sail from Iceland to Greenland. A sudden storm drove his ship off course, and when the skies cleared, he saw a mysterious coastline, covered in forests and unlike anything in Greenland. But Bjarni was no explorer. He turned his ship back without setting foot on the unknown land. When he returned home, the story of this strange new place spread, and one man listened with burning curiosity: Leif Erikson. Leif, son of Eric the Red, the fierce founder of Greenland's Viking settlements, was not a man to ignore opportunity. In 1000 AD, he gathered a crew of 35 men, secured a sturdy longship, and set sail westward, following Bjarni's description of the unknown lands. After days at sea, they found it. The first land they encountered was barren and rocky. He called it Helluland, land of flat stones. Today, we know it as Baffin Island, Canada. Sailing further south, they reached a place covered in dense forests and rolling hills. He named it Markland, land of forests, believed to be modern-day Labrador. But it was their final destination that truly captured the Viking imagination. After weeks of exploration, Leif and his crew arrived at a place of mild climate, rich soil, and abundant wild grapes. They called it Vinland, land of wine. Historians believe Vinland was somewhere along the coast of Newfoundland, where Leif and his men built a small settlement. For a time, life was good. The Vikings harvested grapes, caught fish in the rivers, and crafted sturdy homes of timber. It seemed that the Norse had found a new paradise, but paradise was not uninhabited. The Vikings were not alone in this new world. Strange people lived here, dark-haired, shorter than the Norse, armed with bows and spears. Leif's men called them Skraelings, wretched ones, likely referring to the indigenous people of North America, possibly the Beothuk or Inuit. At first there was trade. The Vikings offered red cloth, milk, and weapons in exchange for animal furs and supplies, but peace did not last. One day a Viking killed a Skraeling, sparking a brutal conflict. The indigenous warriors attacked the Norse settlement, forcing Leif's men to fight for their lives. Despite their superior weapons, the Vikings were outnumbered and unfamiliar with the land. Realizing that Vinland could never be a permanent home, Leif and his crew made the difficult decision to leave. Though Leif returned to Greenland as a hero, Vinland was never settled again on a large scale. His brother, Thorvald Eriksson, attempted a second voyage but was killed by a Skraeling arrow. Another Viking, Thorfinn Karlsefni, brought over 160 settlers, including women and children, but after years of struggle and more violent encounters with the Skraelings, they too abandoned Vinland. By the early 11th century, Viking North America was no more. The lost legacy. For centuries, the world forgot the Viking voyages to North America. Their legends became myths, and their maps vanished into history. It was not until 1960 when archaeologists discovered Norse ruins at Lonso Meadows in Newfoundland, Canada, that the truth was revealed. Leif Erikson had reached the New World nearly 500 years before Columbus. Today, Vinland remains a symbol of Viking courage, ambition, and exploration. The Norse did not stay, but they were the first Europeans to set foot on North American soil. And though the land rejected them, their story lives on, carried by the winds of history. The Vikings were more than raiders and warriors. They were explorers, dreamers, and pioneers. Men who faced the unknown with iron wills and fearless hearts. Leif Erikson's journey to Vinland was one of history's greatest feats of exploration, and a testament to the Viking spirit that refused to be bound by the edges of the map. The sea called them westward, and though they left no kingdom behind, they made history on the shores of North America. Thanks for watching. If you like this story, make sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment below.